Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life here for the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop. This is my second episode of Minimalist Thursday. Today I wanted to focus on using sequins, so I picked the Hot Right Now, and it is an absolutely beautiful collection of this really pretty steel blue almost, a pink, a yellow, and these really awesome little tiny gold stars. It's beautiful. And I just simply picked a pattern that I liked and lined them all up at the top of my layout. I really like it. I thought it would make a really big impact, but yet still keep it really simple so that they weren't all over the page. Because for me, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love sequins, but I can't have them everywhere. I need to have them in little clusters in places, but I wanted to stretch outside of my comfort zone, so this is what I've come up with. I also need to apologize because my filming went a little funny, and there are going to be a few parts where it's really zoomed in and it just looks really funny. It's the way my camera, when it records, does that. So there's a few spots that it happens, so there's not much I can do about it for this episode, but I do apologize because it does get a little annoying, so apologies there. So as you can see, I did it all along the top, and I really love the way that turned out. I'm now going to pick a piece of pattern paper. I just happen to have two sheets from Elle Studios in my stash lying around. I found that the pink helped highlight the sequins, so I went ahead and chose the one that had the pink polka dot on it. Part of the reason why I did choose that one in the end was because there's a black and white stripe at the top, which is the manufacturer's strip, but when I layered it on top of the sequins, I thought that it made a really neat little effect to it, and again, kind of helped highlight that I really wanted to show off all of these amazing colors there. So the next thing I'm going to do is lay out a few pieces that I'm thinking I'm going to want to use on this layout, and then go through all of my photos. So I knew this was going to be a layout about myself using a bunch of pink, so I just happened to grab a bunch of selfies, and what I ended up deciding to use are these 4 photos of myself with my glasses. So wearing glasses is a new thing to me. I just recently had to do it within this year. And so I really wanted to be able to document this story, and that's what made me pick this. But what I loved about it was because I had my photos laid out in a thing of 4, I could cut them in half and have a nice big long strip like a photo strip. So that was kind of where my brain went on how I picked my photos there. I'm going to use this gold foil doily. You can find it in the shop, and it's absolutely beautiful. But why I picked it was it helps tie in the fact that I have gold stars at the top, and I just wanted something to be there to help tie everything in with the sequence to the main point of my layout with my photos. I also grabbed some pink washi tape. This again kind of helps highlight that there's pink at the top of the layout, and I wanted something a little bit brighter to just kind of help make your eye bounce to the photos. And again, I'm layering it. I just need to make sure that it's all lined up perfectly because this is kind of a simple layout. I need it all to just match up the way I want it to be. You can see I also cut my doily in half. I didn't want to waste any of it, so now I have another half a doily I can use on another project. I then take this piece of Fancy Feet Free from Paige Evans, and you can find that collection in the shop as well. And it's just the strip that I had, but I love it. And I just, again, the blue helped tie in with the sequins at the top and make everything pretty. And I loved the way that that layering worked. And that's all my layering. I don't use any other pattern paper or anything. It was just those 2 little strips. So I really love how that looks because I am one for layering. I like to do a lot of stuff like that. So I was impressed with myself for not needing to do it with this layout. As you can see, I'm working on my title here, and it says, because geek is in, I am going to take away the B. I decided that cause geek is in. I didn't like how much of an overlapping there was with the whole word because, and I just chose that as it was fitting. I just remember growing up and thinking wearing glasses was geeky. I never had to do it, and now that I have them, I don't feel like a geek or anything, but I just thought the title was kind of fitting, and it is kind of a thing now, apparently. To be a geek is cool now, so just thought it was kind of funny. And then I'm just going to add a few pieces here and there. I just have a bunch of stickers from my stash that I want to highlight to use up, basically. And I found this little strip, and I think it says I love you right now or something like that. But the yellow, again, I realized I didn't really have yellow in my cluster, and I wanted to help bring that in because there's yellow in the sequence. So I just layered, I cut it in half. I put half of it by the photo of me in the top, and then I used the other and anchored it with my tag. I thought it just kind of helped tie everything in together. And then used this black and white tag that I've had in my stash to help tie in the fact that there's black and white at the top of the layout with that strip from my border strip that I have. So now there is a color represented on every part of my layout to match the sequence and that bordering strip at the top. I'm now going to work on my journaling. And like I said, it's just talking about how I had to get glasses within this year and how it happened because I was getting migraines at work like every day and it was really frustrating. And we finally realized it's probably because I've been staring at the screen all day. And so I went and got new glasses, and within like the first 2 days of wearing it, my migraines went away. So it was lovely. And then my final touches here. So I grabbed a big cork bow that I've had. I figured it tied in with the letters that I use. They have kind of a cork feel to them. So I used that, and there's some dimension there now, which I didn't have. I'm also using a puffy sticker from the Fancy Free collection, just the little one. I just wanted a little bit of color down there and just something on the tag besides just the title. I also am using a rub-on that I've had in my stash for a long time, and I'm horrible at using up my rub-ons, so thankfully this one did stick and it was fine. Most of the time I go to try to use them, and of course they're dried up because I wait so long to use them. So I try not to buy them very often, but this one actually ended up working. So it just says fancy. I wanted to highlight that it's something new to me. Erasing my lines, I always draw lines when I'm doing my journaling because I cannot write straight for the life of me. So I like to do lines so that everything's lined up. Sometimes I'll go back and highlight it with my pen too so that there's literal lines with my pen, but this time I decided it wasn't needed. I am going to add just a little side thing that says fabulous. And then I'm thinking I'm done here, but what ends up happening is I add a couple more things. So I just went into my little bowl of goodies that I have, added something that says, "Hello, gorgeous," a little thing, and a Brad. And that is going to wrap up my layout. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I'll be back next week with another Minimalist Thursday. Thanks everyone so much. Have a great day.